Hello everybody and welcome to Incision. So this is a classic boomer shooter released by Smooth Brain Dev and published by Hyperstrange. I don't generally cover boomer shooters, and I kind of want to cover this one. Now, I don't play a ton of these. I'm going to get ahead of that. For those of you who are unfamiliar with boomer shooters, these are kind of like the resurgence of, like, you know, your old Quakes and like the kind of 90s very fast-paced arena shooter, but in a kind of campaign sense. The kind of pinnacles of the genre, I think, so far have been Dusk and, oh, why am I blanking on the name of the other New Bloods game? But essentially, it kind of fits into that niche of high-speed arena shooter, but in a campaign. So this is an early access release, and it released roughly just over a week ago, and it's got extremely positive reception. Now, the reason I kind of wanted to talk about it is I dabble in these games. I was a big fan of Proteus last year. I think that was last year. It feels like last year when that released into early access, and I'm very much looking forward to playing through that campaign. You know, I've also played Halo, kind of a bit slower, but, you know, I do enjoy first-person shooters from time to time. It's just not something that I really frequently play. Now, the reason I don't tend to frequently play them is I am notoriously terrible at them. I'm legally blind. I do not see very well. My accuracy is terrible. I used to be pretty good at Counter-Strike a number of years ago with just brute force and consistent playtime, eventually getting me to a point where I could do something kind of consistent, but I never really was good at first-person shooters. I've always been, I play them on medium or easy kind of first-person shooter person. Now, this game has something really interesting that I want to show you. So before we actually dive into the new games, I just want to jump into the options menu. You do have your field of view slider. You can go all the way up to 170 if you're a nutcase, but I like to keep it around 100. Of course, you can put it down to 55 if you're a nutcase in a completely different direction, but it's got your sliders. This will run on a potato, so the other options like really don't matter all that much. I mean, you can set your screen resolution and whatnot, but it'll run on a potato. I mean, like this will run on anything. But the options that I think that are really interesting about this disgusting flesh-ridden nightmare hellhole is this. So this is really cool. They're very, very, very granular options menu. And you can go all the way up to the entirely absurd difficulty, or you can leave it at barely scratched. But it also has these. Enemy projectile damage and enemy projectile speed. You can turn the speed all the way down to nothing. Now, if we click on these, it's going to give us kind of an idea of what the game is balancing these difficulties for. But we can turn it even higher if we want. And we can turn it all the way down to nothing if we want. So we're going to put this on to barely scratched. But what I'm going to do for the sake of this video is I'm going to turn up damage a little bit, and I'm going to turn down projectile speed a bit, because it's the speed that I have problems with, but I still want to take hits. This game doesn't have any regenning health. There's no unlimited ammo or anything. Ammo's pickups in the environment. You can't save mid-level. It's a life system. Let's jump in and just run around and mess about. It's a little bit of fun. We do have a double jump, by the way. Very important to mention. All right, so we jump in game. We got our double jump. We got a kick button on Q. We have a dedicated flip the revolver button. Not all of the weapons have a dedicated flip button. Some of them, it's a alt fire, so just kind of be careful with that. Requires some experimentation. Of course, you know, it's very quick. There's a double jump, which has like this little almost hover in midair while you're in midair, and we're gonna go start smacking some fools. We're gonna come around the corner. There's a flashlight for the dark areas. As you can see, this game very much has like a body horror, fleshy, nightmare, hell aesthetic. I quite like it. It suits the kind of attitude and feel of this type of game. We've got a little screen flickering over here. We've got eyeballs on the floors. We've got whatever the fuck that is. And we're gonna kind of just go around the corner and grab this. Also, I do think that this game came out at a pretty good time of year, at least for me, because I do like kind of the horror spooky aesthetic, and like, you know, there's something to this. Like the lo-fi, it kind of fits into like, you know, like the lo-fi PS2 horror stuff, but also being a first-person shooter. Also, now it's telling me that I can double jump. Movement feels slick and tight. You can kind of do almost a bunny jump thing, but it doesn't really feel like you're supposed to. Anyway, we're gonna move over here and then pick up some more bullets, and then the wall blows up. And then this is where our combat starts. So those are your projectiles that you can, like, control the speed of. So you can make those move quite literally double the speed that they're currently moving at, which is really, really neat. I should also mention we have a little melee weapon here so I can smack you. Now, normally I should be killing those significantly quicker, I would say. You can overheal on your health. You can go up to, I think it's 125% health. Oh, come on. Got him. Uh-oh. Come here, you. I don't actually think I hit him there, but yes, I did. More ammo. Back up to 24. I think this is the last set in this hallway. No. Let's clothesline him. Jump up here, grab some more ammo. See what we can do with you. That was way too much of a spammy-ness there at the end. All right. Bonk. Smack the door. There are secrets, none of which I've found yet, of course. I'm not that good. Certainly not. Even with these difficulty modifiers, making the game, you know, so easy a child could play it. Although I would say most children are probably better at this game than me. All right, let's grab this extra ammo here. We got another 6 shots on the Magnum. We're kind of SOL now, I think, until the next zone. There's our first one-up. You'll know immediately if I die because the entire screen's going to go red. And now we get to our first major arena. Let's go. And there we go. This is where that double jump becomes a necessity. I love the slight, like, floating seconds you have when you're in midair while jumping. That double jump is super cool. Now let's just grab these, and then we have to deal with those turrets over there. There's also this idiot over here. These idiots. But yeah, as you can just tell from my gameplay, I'm not good at these types of games, and I acknowledge that, and I'm okay with this. I will never be good at these types of games, but man, it's really nice when these types of games become accessible. You know, it's really an enjoyable thing to just be able to, yes, I can still play these games, even though, like, I was never good at them, and I will never be good at them. But it is nice to have one that I can play, you know? I played through all of Doom 2016, and I loved it. Fantastic little game. Never played Eternal because it didn't look as accessible. Okay, so what we're going to be trying to do is we're going to try and move that bridge and connect it to over there with the big SOS sign. But yeah, if you are like me and maybe you dabble in games, I just want to say that, in like these types of games rather, I just want to say that I think it's really nice that this genre is getting like wide enough that we are getting like some of the nicest difficulty options that I've ever seen, you know? Especially in a world where, hardcore and all that crap. Like, this game bills itself as a hardcore game, and there's no save function within these levels for the intent of the hardcoreness, but because you can just completely, wow, I can aim, I swear, sort of. And because you can completely customize your difficulty, it really kind of allows you to have that hardcore experience without having to have the skills to complete it. And that's awesome. Actually. So we got a handful of shells. We're going to be getting the machine guns soonish. I don't like these guys. I do love how the computer terminal's just screaming at you. It's kind of awesome, actually. Oh, missed. How do you miss with a shotgun? Come on. Like, what are you even doing? This thing. I don't know. It's just a nice piece of ambiance. Big fan. Actually, kind of reminds me of the early levels of Doom in a way, just with its kind of, you know, everything is bleeding, but decent amount of content in the game right now. I've been told it's about 3 hours to complete everything. I've played the first and second levels. Played through the first level twice now on 2 different difficulties. The first time I attempted more of a medium difficulty with the faster projectiles and just got immediately wrecked. But after kind of tweaking it a little bit and kind of sucking up my pride a bit, It's been quite nice. You can't flush this toilet, though, and I want to complain about that. Uh-oh. Also, these turrets are real cool. They're not just shooting out projectiles, they're shooting out these little missiles. Neat. Oh, I missed. And I think he blew himself up, actually. That certainly wasn't me. But yeah, for secrets, supposedly I'm supposed to be looking for cracks in the walls, which I certainly haven't found. Because that doesn't count as a secret. Little jumping puzzle here. Nothing insane or annoying. Gotta get onto that little thing right there. Optional, though, because we have to get back up top. Past where we started. But the main thing I want to applaud about this game is its difficulty sliders. You know, I haven't seen I mean, if this is a common thing, I haven't encountered it before, and I've played a decent number of fast-paced shooters in the past year. Rarely finish them, because they usually get to be a bit much by the end, but I always enjoy the first half. I swear there's got to be a way up there. I know that you visit there later as part of the level, but because I'm about to go around back, but this looks like a secret. No? Okay. Fine. That might be. Actually, no, that would be a lot of backtracking. I know where that takes me. Actually, I could jump into that. Oop. Oh well, whatever. I did find some more ammo, apparently. We have to redo the jumps, I think. Yep. All right, enough fiddling around. It is a nice big open interconnected level as well, which is pretty cool. Big fan of that. All right, let's go back to the guys above me now. We're about to get the machine gun, so you're gonna see that. Also, the music does a great job. Really, really fits the kinda style of the game, I guess. I forgot to mention, but this shotgun does have an alt fire. Does that. Which is what you get if you hit the right mouse button instead of the left. There's the machine gun. I just want to go back and get that health canister, but yeah. Let's see if I can knock this out of the way. Nope. Okay. Let's move up. Move up, move up. Up! Moving over. Let's use this machine gun. But yeah, as you can see, I wouldn't be able to do this if these moved much faster. There we are. There we are. So you break this, and that spins the bridge. All these big, like, obelisks, I guess, turn on. You look down, it's almost like a sandworm down there, and then up there, it's like we're inside of something. And then we can jump over here to this little walkway and show this guy who's boss. No. Oh, well. And follow the bridge. And the alt fire for the machine gun is, of course, incendiary launchers. Okay, these little guys. I never like enemies where you have to aim down. Never been a fan of those. Oh, wow. This guy's invisible. I think the one major accessibility feature I would ask for, if I could ask for one from Mr. Smoothbrain Dev, is I would love to have an outline on enemies when they're firing at you. Like, once you've seen them, I would like an outline on them. Might seem cheap, but that would be my only request, because some of these guys are fucking invisible. At a distance like that one. But those are few and far between so far as I've run into. That's the major instance where I'm like, wow, I can't see that at all. You just blend in with the blood. It's almost like this is a body horror nightmare place. The body horror nightmare things are hard to spot on the Body Horror Nightmare background. But very vibrant, nice lighting. The game's running in Unity, and everything just kind of looks and feels good. As you can see, the level design isn't too maze-like. At least not at this early stage. You can kind of kick those, which is fun. Just get around them. That's about all I need to do. The enemy AI will, like, shoot those, which is pretty neat, too. Big fan of that. Oh, come on. Bonk. There are boss fights in the current game. I think there's 2. Boing, pop. But yeah, at this difficulty, it's a nice, casual, horror, nightmarish experience. And if you feel like going harder, it will let you do that too. And besides, it has a designated like gun flip button on the revolver. How can you not love that? So we need to get in there. We're gonna go through here, push it to button. It also allows us to backtrack slightly. Gonna go in here and smack. And that's kind of my little demo of Incision. 15 bucks on Steam, early access, couple levels, lots of things to shoot, some cool guns, secrets to find. Levels are in fact replayable. It's got this body horror aesthetic that really suits the game, if you're into that sort of thing. And as you can see, there's also aesthetic variety. It's not just the kind of industrial Doom look. We're not going to play too much more, but we're getting close to the end, I think. Turns out, it's kind of fun. But I will be playing this and finishing levels as they're released in early access. There's another health or life right there. A bit of a jumping puzzle. Really good feeling movement. Uh-oh. There was a turret in there, and that took out one of my lives immediately. But that's Incision, everybody. I recommend you give this game a shot. It is really cool. It's neat. Early access. Check it out. My name's been Blind, and if you want to see more things from me, you can check out my YouTube channel. I've got more Dwarf Fortress than you could reasonably watch in a lifetime. If you want to see me stream games live, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, twitch.tv/BLINDIRL. This is Incision. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.